Hi, it's Maddie here again and welcome to the second VODcast for the MiShorts beta test. We hope that you've been enjoying the experience and the films that you've been downloading. We're halfway through the test period and we've received some really useful feedback and improvements are on their way. We're just about to meet the director of the Film of the Month, Max Hockrad, but before we do that, I've got something very scary to show you. Remember, I promised to show you the new Ultra Short by Richard Harris, creator of MiShorts. Well, here it is. Oh, that was a little bit scary, wasn't it? Well, onto something a little bit less frightening. In today's program, we're featuring one of my favourite MiShorts films called The Cost of Living. And with me here today is director Max Hockrad. Welcome, Max.
Hi.
I absolutely love the film. I was just wondering if you could just tell me a little bit about what the storyline is.
Okay, it's the story of a young woman who manages to rent an amazing looking apartment for what is very little money. Just one catch though, the flat manages to make its money back very, very quickly.
After you.
Thank you.
The bathroom. As you can see, this is a completely modern development. In terms of technology, it's state of the art.
Okay.
So why did you choose to call it The Cost of Living?
It's funny actually, I was thinking of changing the title when we were editing, but it had sort of stuck by then. I think it just means it has a few different connotations, if that's the right word. It is talking about, you know, the fact that this woman can rent this great apartment. It makes, you know, the cost of her living a little bit easier, but it's also the cost maybe of living in this environment. You know, the actual price you pay for living in that world that I've made up. There's a price to pay, not just a monetary cost, but a mental cost maybe as well.
What are you putting on those shelves? Anything interesting? Well, we've certainly got some interesting things in our warehouse. Maybe you'd like to see something.
It is a really incredible set. Can you tell me how you managed to get that location?
We found that, or actually Location Scout I knew found that location. We were wondering how we were going to put this film on because it was quite an ambitious project. And luckily, this particular guy he remembered actually a location that used, I think, for a little Channel 4 shoot somewhere near the Barbican in London. And it was an apartment block with some empty apartments, some of which were unfinished, so we were just very, very lucky to get hold of that.
Do you ever wake up in the morning feeling slightly stale? As though your eyes are slightly glued together, your back's a little stiff and you need a good stretch? Well, why not try Foreman Industries' new Rosemary Shower Gel? Rosemary wakes you up first.
This week in the Foreman Bookshop, we have 50%
I think finding the apartment block was essential because to build a set like that would just cost a stupid amount of money. And we essentially, the production designer retrofitted it, so there are actual false walls in there. There's the big round window at the back of the film, in the sort of bedroom area of the film. That is a false wall, and when they walk down the stairs, when they turn the corner, there's a screen in the background. That actually is the front door, which we blocked off. So we retrofitted everything, but we wouldn't have been able to build a kitchen like that or build those interiors, the actual structure, without the sort of budget you might find on a Guinness commercial or something. So.
What were kind of some of the stuff that you did in the edit?
Well, the first edit was, if I remember correctly, was 6 days, which I got to what was a pretty much fine cut, and then went away and did a few more pickups, actually screen close-ups, and then we just chucked those back in and did a few little tweaks here and there. So it was just coming back for another couple of days. I think it was about a couple of months later after the original edit, just to adjust it and put in these extra little inserts.
So the screens, because the screens obviously are a massive feature of the film. Is that something that was done in the edit?
No. All the apart from the little inserts we did, all the screens were shot on location.
TV off!
Absolute
Turn
guarantee to make you
off!
feel so much fitter.
I think in a way the apartment is another character in the film, so it's important that it actually did. It was almost alive anyway. That was the impression I was trying to get across. So I think that helped the actor to get further and further into the character and into the predicament that she was in. And it's not too. I mean, we were bombarding her with images and sounds anyway, even though a lot of it was added in post. But it's also, we did quite a lot of rehearsals as well, so she had a good idea of what we were going after and could take that in. We had a library of moods and techniques that we took in that she could then feed upon.
This week in the Foreman's Bookshop, we have 15% off all titles in our top 10 bestsellers.
Guaranteed to make you feel so much fitter. Very, very
Bloody turn off!
Come at it.
So why did you choose a female character as your lead?
I think it's because I believed that a female character would actually have more empathy for what was being offered in the flat, that actually might be more susceptible, if I'm being honest, to actually buying products. It's probably a bit cliche to say that, and I am generalising.
When I was watching The Cost of Living, I couldn't help but think about The Truman Show. Is that a film that kind of has influenced your writing?
I think so. I mean, I saw it 10 years ago, and even though I wasn't that surprised by it, I think American audiences were surprised, but over here I think we weren't so shocked. It's certainly in terms of our lives being dominated by media and being surrounded by screens and prompts and things beyond advertising.
Are you anti-advertising?
No. I just think we could do a little less of it. I've always loved adverts. I mean, I grew up at a time in the 70s when I was a little kid when that's often viewed as a golden age of British TV advertising and print advertising as well. And we all have to sell something. You know, we can't get away from advertising. We all have to sell ourselves, promote ourselves if we're going to get anywhere. And I do love the art and the idea is the copywriting that goes into adverts. There's nothing like a well-written piece of copy. In fact, they're some of the hardest things to make because you've got to pack a message into 20 or 30-second spots. I'm just thinking we could do a little less of it. Maybe I'm getting old and sort of can't do with too much noise, but if we're not careful, we will end up like Blade Runner with screens surrounding us and constant noise Well, we're there anyway, I think, already, at least in London.
In terms of the future for Max Hockrad, what have we got in store? You mentioned a feature film.
Yeah, well, Cost of Living actually is it's still got legs. It's still out there, still being seen. It's just actually been posted on the BBC Film Network site, which I'm really pleased about. I have a feature film which I've been developing for a number of years. It's gone through several different drafts. I'm also writing a few new treatments at the moment for, I suppose, what you call shorter feature-length projects. The sort of thing that might be more like what they used to call single dramas, hour and a half dramas, which could be for TV or could be for online, because with the world we're going into now, there's a lot more, it's multi-output now.
Well, good luck, Max.
Thank you, thanks.
And best of luck for your future, whether it's in feature film or short films. I know people say that making a feature film is the hard film to make, but I think making a very good short film is actually equally as hard, if not more.
Definitely, yeah.
And I think that you've done it in the Cost of Living.
Thanks.
So well done, and I hope it does well on the circuit.
Good, thanks.
Well, that's it for now. From me, Maddie Bridget, and the MiShorts team, I'll say goodbye. But I'm going to leave you with a bit of a surprise treat. See you next time.